The time has come again to let go of my wall art, and this time is going to be a little bit different. I may change this whiteboard, and I'm going to do something with that rack because my dad was cleaning out another house, and the person that moved out of that house said, throw everything away, I don't want nothing. They moved to a new house, and they had two racks in there. So one of them is at the house, and the second one made it to the shop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find some wood to make sure that I make one of these tops flat, so that I can put it on this corner, and I can slide the squeegees in. So I don't want the squeegees tipping over to one side or the other. So I'm thinking that that rack is gonna fit in really nice right here, because I can have more inks and I can have no stuff on the ground. It's gonna take room from the wall right here. I'm gonna have to change some things, but today, since we only have one job that's pressing, which is due today, very simple job. Two color front, one color back, 12 shirts. We can knock that out, no big deal. But I want to get going on that corner because I have that rack. I brought it in yesterday and I didn't get a chance to get to it because we were doing my friend Armando's Forgotten World design. It has like a puff outline. It's a 3-color front job. He was like, my friend's gonna be on the news and I want him to wear it, so kind of rushed it, but we got it done. And because of that, we didn't get to this rack. So today we're gonna get to it before we start our order. And we got lucky with another big order. That's a 72 piece. It came in 2 days ago. That one's not due till next week. But I already got the art separated. So, actually, I was going to do like I think I can. Let me check. I was going to show you guys how I separate. And I did the back, but I can show you guys the front. Okay, so this is a different job. Let's not close that one. Soak off kit, heart. Okay, this one. So yesterday I separated this one. That is the back. We have a base choked at 1.25. We have the gray and the green. And over here we have the left chest that I can show you guys how I separate it. So I have my registration marks on top and bottom. The design is already sized at 4 inches wide, which is what the customer wants. So what I do is I copy paste 3 times because we need a base, a color for the green, and then a color for the gray. Okay, so what you guys can do is select the whole thing and just move it over one more time. I'm going to select these two and lock them. So just go to object locked. The selected ones are locked, so I cannot mess with these no matter what I do. And then this is going to be our base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup this. And the gray doesn't need a base, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of the gray. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it. Then we're going to go to select same fill color. It's going to select all the gray, delete it, and then we have another shade of gray here that we also don't need. So select same fill color, delete that, and then we're going to create a base for the green. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select that same fill color, and then we're going to make that pink just to show that it's white. The pink is basically the white because when we put it in our artboard, the white, the printer cannot read white, so we're going to make it pink, but we're going to label it base so we know what's going on. So this is another shade of green, so let's go ahead and select same fill color and then make it pink. Or if you guys want to know another shortcut, well, let's go back. If you guys want to know a shortcut, if you guys are selecting something, like for example right here, you can just press the letter I on your keyboard and then click on the pink, and it's gonna turn whatever selected pink. So if we click this little eye drop from the eye on diamond, and then just go eye and put it over the pink, it's gonna turn it pink, and there you have it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna select all the pink, and we're gonna choke it. Okay, so let's make the outline like a navy blue. At one, I think 1 point is fine, because if we go at 1.25, it's gonna delete basically all this. It's gonna get rid of it, and we're not gonna have anything under as a base for the green. So there's our base. And what I like to do is I like to turn the registration marks also pink, so that we can print everything out on our printer, and for that we don't need an outline. So that's that, and that's how we create our base. So then what we have to do is we need to label it as a base, because otherwise when you're setting up, you're not gonna know, or you're gonna get confused on which one is which. And this is obviously the easiest way for you to tell what's going on when you're burning or setting up. So once you're done setting it up, you're gonna select the entire thing, and then you're gonna group it. So you can either go Control G or go to Object and Group. So everything is grouped. That means if you grab anything from the image, up, and let's select everything, and then Object, Group. So anything that you select is gonna move the entire thing, just like that. Get out of here. Alright, now these, if you remember, they're locked. So what we have to do is we gotta go to Object, Unlock All. Now we can mess with them. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab the one on the far right, and we're gonna go Object Lock, selected one, and then on this one we just want the gray. So if we select the green, let's ungroup that, select the green, go to select same fill color, go ahead and delete that, and then we're going to select the green again because it's a different shade, select same fill color, delete that, and there you go. So that's our gray. So what you can do at this point is you can grab the entire thing and make it pink, and then we're going to label it gray. Okay, now let's make that pink. Now we're going to select the entire thing and group it. So Object, Group, and then we have our gray. Okay. Now let's go over and go to Object, Unlock All. On this one we need the green, so we can just ungroup, select same fill color, delete that. Then we have another shade of gray here, select same fill color, that's the gray, select same fill color, delete the gray. So that's our green, and we are basing the green. Let's go ahead and select the whole thing. We're gonna make it pink. That's our Pantone pink. Okay, now we're gonna label it as green. Let's make that pink as well. And then we're gonna select the whole thing and group it. So that's how we separate a 3-color. We have the base, that's going to be white. We have the gray that's not getting under base. And then we have the green that is going to be the base for this. So, I hope this was helpful. I know a lot of you guys have questions about separating artwork, but this is how you separate it once it's vectored. To get it vectored, it's a different process. You have to kind of know a little bit of the image tracing advanced settings, which I still don't understand fully. So if you get a design that's not separated but vectored, this is how I separate it. There are other ways for sure, but to me this is the easiest one because I can see what's where. And obviously if you make it all the same color when you print it out, you go to, like, let's say you have the base in here, if you have the accurate. Now if you guys remember, the base has an outline. So if we go file print, we go output film, and it's going to give us the two Pantones. We're going to select the pink, which is already on there. You can see that. And we're going to deselect the blue so that it doesn't print the blue and it chokes the base. Otherwise, if that prints, then yeah, you're going to print out two pages, one with the outline, which is what you created to take out, and one with just the pink, which is what we really need. So that's an example of one way to do it. This is how I like to do it. The reason why I do it like this, where it's all the same color, is because I can fit as much as I can on the page, like this for example. And when I hit file print, all I have to do is deselect the blue, and it's going to print everything that's shown in pink, which is already separated previously, you know, in order for us to get what we need to create the screens. This may not be the most efficient way, but this is how I learned, and it's worked for me. A lot of people have questions about it, so there you go. If you guys need for me to go in a little bit more detail with that, I can. Next time I do another one that's a little bit more difficult, I can go into it and show you guys with a little bit more patience. But that's how I separate a 3-color. Like I said, today we don't have a lot going on, so I'm going to take my time to kind of put everything where it's supposed to be here at the shop. Ooh, what's going on? All right, so I hope that was helpful. I don't really like doing a lot of those tutorials because then people start asking me questions about Illustrator and separating, and I am not the best at it. But I know enough to where if you have an image that's vectored, I can definitely separate the colors and print them out. And that was just the way I do it. So let's go ahead, since we have time, to move things here around the shop. Definitely get rid of all my wall art. Get that corner figured out so I can get that rack in there and have more spacing for my squeegees and the things that I have in that corner, and get it going for that job that I have, because we do have to print out the film for it. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, ask me all the questions that you want about Illustrator. I'll answer the ones that I can, and if you guys need for me to do another quick run, I definitely will. And we gotta get to work, so stay safe, stay home if you can. That's it. Oh, one last thing. Check this out. Yesterday when Armando was here, he kind of had me in a hurry because Mr. I need the shirts done ASAP was in here rushing me. I was trying to set it up for him real quick. This is gonna fall. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. And I had my brand new shirt under the flash for like 10 seconds, and I started smelling like something was burning. So I was like, what is that smell? Started looking at the dryer, and then I looked under the flash, and it was my brand new shirt. This was kind of frustrating because when I drive my truck around, you know, I told you guys I don't like to get my skin burned by the sun. I don't have AC in my truck. And this was an expensive long sleeve. I was just trying to give it a shot. It had like a little logo that was stitched right here on the left chest, but I didn't like how it looked, so I cut it out. And yesterday when this happened, I was kind of a little bit devastated because I burned my shirt, and I really like it. Apparently, a lot of people that have been seeing this, they like it. My dad liked how it looked. Armando liked how it looked. And then my wife didn't say anything because I'm always doing things to my shirt that she thought it was something normal. And she was kind of shocked when she found out that I burned it on accident. But so far, everybody's liked the look. I don't know if I can mimic it and do it on the other side. So I'm just gonna keep it like that, since when I'm driving, this is the arm that I stick out. So it's the one that gets burnt. And ironically, this is the side that got burnt. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. I just thought I'd mention that before I leave. But yeah, super crazy. And I don't know if you guys know, but the bandanas that I did for the COVID-19, they sold out. So we ordered 200 more for the brand Bless the Varrio. And I made a stop this morning to my friend's shop to drop off an item. And he wants to place an order for 24 bandanas for his shop that are custom with his logo. And then I had another one this morning from Instagram that wants 150 with his logo, so that is 174. So I might have to order more pretty soon, and that's that. So, you know, you guys have to get creative with what you guys have. Thankfully, we have our Instagram running and a lot of our social media still running. I'm running ads and everything is working for us. So, you know, there's just ways to get work. You just got to figure it out. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys until the next one. Like the video, share it if you think it was something helpful with the separations. Ask me all the questions and either put a thumbs up or a thumbs down.